These guys seem pretty focused on their meal, their after-meal hygiene, and their after-hygiene rest, respectively. Fight them. You won! That'll teach these Gatormen to go about their regular daily routines when you're around. Like magpies and shiny objects, leaders are compelled to hoard all their grandfather's items. Grandfather's chair. Grandfather's disgusting bird bath. Search it. You're not sure if this was such a great idea. Ugh. You got grandfather's teeth. These look like grandfather's bags. Go through them. You find a bundle of meat stashed in one of the bags. Apparently the creatures have no need of money. You wonder how they can afford to rent out this place. That's odd. Nothing should grow in here. Gatormen put away their rocks when they are done playing. This is a ghost. Well, this is hardly the strangest thing you've seen over the last few days. It's definitely pretty weird. Looks like a ghostly man, mostly obviously his head, but you can just barely make out his body if you squint. You reach out to touch him, but your hand passes right through. He doesn't respond to any attempt to get his attention, but instead he seems focused on something you can't see to the left of that disgusting fly-covered meat hook. After a few minutes, the novelty sort of wears off, so you get on about your business. Boulder blocks the entrance. Push it. This building is way larger than it looks from the outside, and it's absolutely full of sleeping Gatormen. It's pretty easy to make this sound creepy by placing it in a disturbing context, but they really outdid themselves here. Oops, not too late to turn tail and run. Turn the tails into dust. This beast prefers books to strange obelisks. Beasts are too enthralled by strange obelisks to notice you. These beasts are too enthralled by the strange obelisks to notice you. Whoa. Fascinating. Huh. You think Simone can see a ghostly version of you just like you can see one of her, but you can't otherwise interact. Still weird. A short and stubby finger of eldritch energy. Oh, hey, that opened something. Curious, this tree is here, but none of the other junk that Gatorman had gathered. What happens if I go back in there? Probably a fight. Okay, now they're just enthralled by the memory of the obelisk. That is very odd. Huh. Yeah, there we go. That opens the portal here. Curious, the tree is here, but none of the other junk that Gatorman had gathered. Well, that looks terrifying. You're not alone in this place. Say something. Something. Ha ha. Wait, I don't sound like that. I can see everything. I can see everything? What do you mean? In the portal. Huh? In the portal, I can see everything that ever was and ever will be. Everything that is to be known in our world, in this one, and all the worlds in between. It just translates it for us. I don't think it's safe here. I need to know everything. You sure about that? Yes. He won't even look at you. The portal commands its entire focus. According to the floating man, all worldly knowledge is contained in this swirling, convulsing star field, a kind of super-terrestrial library. Look inside. Your eyes bend to the writhing contours of the deep black and star-smeared tunnel, preparing nervously to receive the sum of all human and extraterrestrial knowledge. In the tunnel's bright center, you see a field and a cow suckling a puffin. That farmer is watching. Anything else in there? Doesn't look like it. That's fine, but I was hoping to find all world knowledge. The floating man does not even react to your presence. The portal affords him a window into a curious world that commands his complete attention. I don't think that portal contains some of all worldly knowledge. I think it's just letting you look at a farm where a cow is nursing a puffin and a farmer is standing nearby and watching. That's all that's happening. He blinks backwards. You're really enjoying that, huh? Can't leave. Can't leave, why not? Minding. Midnight Man. Can't leave because of the Midnight Man? Yes. Hmm. boulder looks heavier than when you last pushed it. Push it. It was heavier. Now it's heavier still. The force of each push exerts energy on the boulder, which is translated into mass. E equals m, see? Got that squared away. Push it again. Ha! The little creature has given you the slip. No sign of it in this world. Ooh! The sneaky little devil prances about like a jester given free rein in court. This must be the Midnight Man. Whatever mischief transpiring in this realm, you say that he's the lord of it. Hey, let that man at the portal leave this place. Whoo! Is that a yes? Whoo! Surely you'll take something in exchange. Surely there's something you'll take in exchange for freeing that man. Whoo! And don't call me Shirley. Oh, is this funny to you? Whoo! My sense of humor is deliciously twisted. I don't know what you want, I'm stuck. Nobody gets out. Hold on a sec. What if I get myself a muscle? I'm probably going to regret the decision later. Oh, piece of paper in one of the pockets. Can a riverboat run with just a single deckhand on board? I suppose we're about to find out. Claudius has gotten in a terrible spat with a new captain and jumped ship to crew the trawler of a passing lobster man. Andrew said it turns out embellished the qualification and isn't a trained deckhand at all. I'm already feeling the strain. I had to lock up the outhouses by myself. Usually a three-man job. Suffice to say, this will make a real mess of my whole summer. Set sail today. Won't continue keeping this diary as I only thought to buy one sheet of paper. Alright, so nothing important. I should probably redirect the portal first. Then push the rock back where it was. Hopefully that's not going to screw me up later. Aha! Now the outside should be blocked. Probably. Right, go get him. Something has changed the devil's demeanor. The antic hopping has ceased, replaced with perhaps a sobriety, a maturity. You! I spent so long thinking what I would do to you, who trapped me in this cage. And as my hungry mind turned over thoughts of disembowelment and exsanguination, I was drawn more and more to the walls of my prison. Why, there is such life here! Consider the growth of the intrepid peat moss, the burble of cheeky bogwater. Your world is quite simply beautiful. It is. I never knew there could be such beauty such as this. Had I known, my goodness, had I known, I would have lived much differently. I would have truly lived. Thus, I renounce mischief in all its forms. I dedicate my life to the care of cultivation of all glorious flora. I will become, how do you say it? A gardener. No, that's not how we say it. Or perhaps what your world needs is a gardener. What did you do to that man in the first place? Mr. Jeffers? Oh, ha. I did not ask for him. He came into my house, started crawling along my web. I promised to show him the secrets of the humor, but made him watch a scene of a cow giving its milk to a puffin. How about letting Mr. Jeffers go? Yes, I think that particular show has gone on long enough. Allow me to bring down a curtain and send him home. He burps. It's long and very loud, and he looks at you apologetically while he does it. After 3 minutes of sustained noise and eye contact, it's over, and the gateway to his dimension has vanished. It is done. Now help me move the boulder out of the way, that we might both be free. Yes, let's. The man you saw in faded form, floating in the Shadow Rift, is now before you as flesh and bone. You freed him! His black eyes fix you with a wild glare. You! What time is it? Hold on, let me check my uncursed pocket watch. Hold, what year? 1928? Right, okay, then I've been gone for 26 years. I'm going to need you to fill me on everything that's happened since 1902. You provide a concise history of the last quarter century. Okay, thanks. Is that alright? Yeah, that's fine, thank you. Disappointing to hear the watchful eye close its doors. Trying to find a new job, apparently. At least the world always needs reporters. Who are you? Nose Jeffers, reporter. Your name is Nose? My nickname is Nose. They call me that because I knows everything. Once I've done my research and talked to my sources, then I knows everything. What's your real name? I'm the reporter here. What's your real name? I could call myself Nose Jeffers. Nah. Sign green. Now that's something I knows. What were you doing out here? Came here in 1901 to investigate reports of a strange obelisk in the swamp. It was strange, alright. Took me to a new world where I met the Midnight Man. He promised to show me all knowledge you understand for a reporter. That's an impossible offer to resist. The answers to the great mysteries of history, you know, like Neptune? What do you think's going on up there? I believe it's mostly ice. That's so. Well, that's good. That's something I knows now. No problem. That's not what he showed me. Thought if I stared at that cow and puffing long enough, the answers I saw would reveal themselves to me. And did they? No. Maybe if I kept it longer. There was one teat I never got a great look at. Will we be alright? I tell you, after 26 years looking at what I was looking at, there's one thing I need, and that's a drink. I'm not sure talking about milk. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Prohibition. Damn, they finally pulled the trigger on that, huh? I do know a place, the Drunken Slime. Look it up. Thanks, friend. Real comfortable calling you friend at this point. I'll see you there, maybe. Oh, and I should give you something for the trouble, huh? Grover Burgess, our old EI's editor-in-chief, don't know if he's still around. He'd like to put out a special edition on his birthday, August 5th. The one we did a few years back, 1900, really broke the bank. If you can find it, that'll be worth a lot of money now. Interesting. Good luck out there. And with that he departs, wading through the swamp water and out into the world for the first time in over 2 decades. Nice. Hooray, we got to help someone. Wonder if there's anything else in the hamlet that we ignored because there were bad guys. Fight them! When in doubt, violence. You dispatch the gator guards. Your path forward is clear. Gator stick. Running. What? Towards them. Charge. Ow. A dangling glob of revolting organic matter. Yay! A forge, presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. A rack of horrible-looking weapons. Grab one. You grab the most appropriate one and leave the others to rust in peace. Ooh. A terrible rusty metal fridge dangles from the ceiling of this terrible rusty metal hovel. Rate it. Weird. None of this stuff is even perishable. Gator Man seems less aggressive than is typical for these guys. Hi there. Greet, human! Not eat! Greet! Thanks, I appreciate that. You seem a bit more relaxed than the rest of the gator folk. Yes! Everyone crazy! Don't know reason. Not belong. Leave swamp. Where will you go? Don't know. Wander? Oh, like a hobo? Hobo? What that? Basically someone who travels from place to place because they're looking for work or just don't have anywhere specific to be. Yes! Hobo gator! First though, need weapon. Defend self. You know any hobo code you could teach me? Hobo code? What that? Oh, right, since you wouldn't know any yet. It's like little symbols that hobos use to leave messages for other hobos. Here, I can show you some of the basic ones. You teach them the symbols for safe camp, cops here, and increasingly rare and exciting, pie on a windowsill. Offer him a weapon. I do have a duplicate fairy star wand. Yeah, you can have one of this. No thanks. Weapon weak. Need power. How about this gator stick that I have a duplicate of? Alright, I'll come back later then. Right, finally go to the Gatorman Fortress. Well, as soon as I fight these bugs, I guess. First, close this. These Gatormen aren't doing enough damage to each other to seem like a real fight. Either they're just sparring, or this is how Gatorman arguments work. Either way, they aren't paying attention to you. Sneak past them. This filthy pipe must lead inside, presumably to a bathroom part of inside, if the smell is of any indication. Where is my stench armor? How much stench armor do I have? 3. Fall through. Mine turns out to be much longer than you expected, with lots of twists and turns. Clearly, efficient airflow and ventilation system is not a big priority in Gatorman architecture. You eventually come out in either a garbage processing center or a kitchen. Most of the filth was scrubbed out of the pipe by your passing if you want to go back through it. This must be the Gatorman's dinner bell. I'm not going to ring that. Even if Gatormen don't bother to cook their even if Gatormen bother to cook their meals, they probably don't cook them with an electric stove standing in 18 inches of water. This is a kitchen, only in the sense that it's a place where food is prepared. There's nothing of value on the shelves, probably not even by Gatorman standards. Remains of an awful, awful meal. It's one of those fridges, you know, the ones hanging on big rusty chains. The chain wasn't attached very well, and the whole thing comes loose. Neither the refrigerator nor the chain is in very good shape, but you're probably not going to find a better version of this very specific combination. It would be nonsensical and cruel to ring the dinner bell without making dinner first. Nonsensical and cruel is the Gatorman standard of behavior. Let's not sink to their level. It's Charles, in a cage! It's a cage with Charles in it! Charles! Shh, they'll hear you! Oh, right. Boy, am I glad to see you, kid. Thought I was a goner. Well, you're the adventuresome type and all. You know how to pick a lock? Only with an appropriately shaped key. You gotta get it off to the leader then. I think his room's down the other end of the hall. Okay, I'll be right back. This bunch of Gatormen. Wait, what's the collective noun for Gatormen? A cruelty? A depravity? A butthole? Well, anyway, this bunch of Gatormen seem more concerned with the possibility of someone breaking in the front door than sneaking through the kitchen. Sneak attack them. You stealthily creep up behind one of the Gatormen and knock him out with a quick strike to the back of his head. The other two seem shocked by his display of poor sportsmanship. Ow. Oh, screw it, ambushed him. You carefully sneak up behind a Gatorman, waiting for a perfect moment to strike, then you step on a screaming eel, one of the more aptly named forms of wildlife endemic to this area. Human trespasser! Sound alarm! Hey! Hey, alarm! Kill human! A couple of other Gatormen rush out, not wanting to miss a chance to kill a human. Great. Oh, I think the bug also affects me, which is not very good. Ouch. Oh, here we go again. Ooh, that's a lot of meat. You're what? Now the collective noun can be an unconsciousness. This shoebox is waterlogged. A real surfeit of nouns. See if there's any shoes in it. There are. Big ones. The box disintegrates. This is either a pair of shoes for two people, or two pairs of shoes for people who only like to wear one shoe, but on both feet at once. That's a silly walk. A loose length of rusty chain. Grab it! As a seasoned adventurer, you can't possibly pass this up. You're not exactly sure how long this chain is because you're not sure how tight you're supposed to pull a chain when you measure it, and also because you don't really care. The items on the shelf are all too nasty for you to look at, let alone touch. A big rusty chemical barrel. Fish! The barrel says chloroform, and so does the smell leaking out of it. Woof. I see what you're going for. And sure, filling the place with chloroform fumes would knock out all the guards, but it would also knock you out. And the water you're standing in is almost knee-deep. You can double check your to-do list if you want, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have drown scheduled for today. Oh yeah, These two guards are still fighting outside, and you can't leave this one until you want to join them. I do. You won! Now you can leave this terrible place unimpeded. These Gatormen are exercising, and also blocking your way to whatever's at the end of the hall. Probably is something important, because the end of the hall is where the important stuff usually is, right? Take care of the big one. Punch. You won! Now you can find out what's at the other end of the hall. Hope it's cool. Hey, go away! Do you think the Gatorman's taste in books is as bad as everything else about them? Keeping the rust off your iron fist, don't eat your henchmen, tips for new rulers, spot welding guide for ad hoc fortresses, yeah, these are all pretty much what you'd expect. Well, there's one thing that seems interesting. Bones and how to crack them. You need a combat skill. Increase your mysticality by 3. A treatise on bone pain and how to maximize it in your victims. Ooh. You skim through the really nasty parts, but you do learn a few things about Knuckles that you're able to apply in non-torture contexts. There's a slightly more challenging chapter that delves deeper into knuckle physics. If you do, cracking your knuckles will increase your mysticality by additional 2. Maybe later. Yay, new skill. You found it, the least comfortable chair in the world. This is a real seat of power. Flush it! This hole leads down a massive underground chamber. Attach that chain you found. There. That ought to do it. Ow. Property private! Scram! You don't know what this object is, but... Oh, wait, it's got blood all over it. It's an altar. Oh, where'd he go? It's a weird pedestal. Touch it. Huh. I'm not sure what Gatorman Sciences is like, but I'm pretty sure it's not this. I'm serious! Go away! Whatever this is extremely broken. Fix it. All these blocks are clearly trying to move in a way that makes sense. They must have just gotten knocked out of alignment. Realign them. Move the blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern, assuming you're a person who thinks smooth circular pattern is more satisfying than juddery, spark-spewing chaos. Surely everybody's that kind of person. This has to be right. Yep. This device seems less broken now. Use it. Oof. Oof. Dang it. Ow. Good grief. You wouldn't have fixed it if you'd known it was going to be so ungrateful. Ziggurat power. You've been blasted with a bunch of ancient lasers, and it has awakened the ancient laser power concealed in the mitochondria of your cells. You can use 3 additional combat items per round. There's no way you're subjecting yourself to that again. Hooray! That means I can just spam items to win. Eye warning! Kill you! Is this some kind of ancient temple guardian or something? Shooting at a bunch of tightly focused beams of light that science doesn't yet have a name for, but which you can probably assume you don't want touching you. Avoid the beams. Look at me, I'm Tom Cruise. Why do I need to go backwards? No, stop it. This is very silly. You should figure out how to turn that machine off before you get decapitated. It'd be a bad idea to turn that thing back on. You worst, I destroy! Goliath, kill! You really should have specified. Wow, jeez. You really did a number on this guy. Fish! Waste not gator blood, want not gator blood. You poke around in the mulch until you find something that looks more or less like an old iron key, except kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand as you pick it up. You got an item, Cursed Key. You've been handling a lot of cursed objects lately, but this one seems especially dangerous. This has to be the key Charles mentioned. You look at that hulking Goliath at the end of the hall. There doesn't seem to be anything beyond it, and it looks like it could swash you in an instant. Let's go back and unlock Charles. You make your way quickly back up to the room where he was being held. No, let's go back and double check. Messing with this thing did not end well for the Gatorman chief. Doesn't look like it ended particularly well for you either. Fight it! Really? You already got the key. You don't need to go toe-to-toe with a thing whose toes are as big as your head. Yes, fight it! Okay, I'm gonna do that whole fourth wall thing everybody loves. This is a super hard optional boss fight, not at all balanced. We didn't even bother to test whether it's possible to win. It is, and I'll show you. Huh. Yeah, that's definitely not what I thought it would be. Oof. I probably should have read that more closely. Yeah, this is not going to work. Surrender! I'll come back for you at the end game. Just you wait. You shouldn't leave until you rescue Charles. Fine. I was gonna I don't think using a cursed key to open a cage is a good idea, though. Just for the record. Unlock the cage. Cursed key. You find a key? I think so. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that at all. I bet dollars to donuts that's the artifact we're looking for. Couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gatorman cage in the middle of nowhere, then, could it? Well, mine is some kind of key-related power. Normally I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this mess. Okay, here it goes. Unlock the cage. The key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes, as though searching for the particular slice of higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists. The lock clicks open. Your hand feels numb. Thanks, Slime. Thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Don't mention it, Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. With no further cause to stick around apart from any unfinished side quest you might have. But you can always come back for them later. You escort Charles back to town.